Peace and blessings, everybody. It's your girl, Wendy Zizzo, here with Kirk the Jerk and Nappy Red, and we are Awareness Academy 411. Here to give you the 411 on different things going on in the world, give y'all 2 cents, what applies, let it apply, and if it don't, let it fly. Don't try this at home, and if you do, it's on you. It's for educational purposes only. We here to share love and information and knowledge, to be the change we want to see in the world. You know what I mean? So how y'all doing tonight?
Everything is
Great.
So
everything is
as
good.
usual, we have to start up with the sound off. Take it away, Red.
All right, today's sound off is about technology that they do to us from back then until right now. So like I'm reading this book. It's called this
The
the
1619
1619
project.
project, and
Okay.
it tells you stuff about stuff that they hide from us or hid from us and everything. So when I'm reading it, I came to my own conclusion. This is my opinion. It ain't nobody else's opinion, but this is my opinion. I did some research in 1938. If y'all remember, they did H.G. Wells did a
That's the homie.
alien, yeah, the alien invasion on national TV for 1 hour and had people going crazy. Like
Mm-hmm.
they really thought it was aliens coming to attack the Earth. So that's so yeah, that's
But
crazy.
what it really was, tell them, Red.
Alien
But
looking people.
but
No, I'm joking.
no, but that's the first time I think they knew how to control people with the radio, because back then there wasn't no TV, it was radio. So everybody had a radio, so that's how they caught them. So now you fast forward to 1954. I'm talking about the Brown versus the Board of Ed. They tricked you to believe that it was okay to go to school with clear people, to know their knowledge, right? Okay.
That was
But
a trick.
that was the trick, so they could dumb you down, to let you know that you was slavery, you was Africans, you wasn't Americans, you only you know what I'm saying, you wasn't nobody. So from kindergarten to 12th grade, you learn that you ain't shit. You
And,
know
and
what I'm
your
saying?
and your life started as slavery. That's it. Because when
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
that's
well,
talk
you
about
know
black
what?
history,
That
they just talk
that
about slavery. That's it.
See,
Like it's
I've
nothing
said
else.
this in the past before, that
uh-huh.
the government are master manipulators in terms of understanding
Yes,
psychology,
yes,
how the
yes.
mind works, how to you could say hypnotize, program people.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that they do is definitely use television and
Yeah,
music.
yeah,
And
yeah,
back
yeah.
in the 1920s is when they changed the frequency of music from 432 hertz to 4, I think it's 430 now. So they changed the frequency because and they did away with all of the bells everywhere.
Yeah,
The only place you find bells now maybe is over churches, in the church steeples.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
got away with all, because they understood the power of frequency, sound, vibration, uh programming, like you said, how they were doing everything through the radio. So
Yeah,
I also heard that instance that you're talking about with them announcing that there was going to be, aliens landing and stuff. They did that
mhm.
as a test to see how
How
aware people are
exactly?
and if they're ready for first contact, because it's going to
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, yeah.
It's
It's definitely
definitely
going
going
to
to
happen.
happen, and we're going to have aliens reveal themselves, on a much larger scale sooner than later, because we've advanced a lot since then. you know
No, no,
Not
but
much in some cases.
yeah, I could say we didn't advance too much, because when they did that in 1938, it was more clear people going crazy than
Mhm.
black and brown people.
Yeah,
So
well, look at COVID. Look what
yeah,
happened
yeah,
during COVID.
yeah.
They was
No,
going
no,
crazy over toilet paper.
yeah, that's another thing. it's like how they test us throughout the years, and with the board of Ed versus Brown, that's another way. Okay, they dumbed us down again and everything. They threw the civil rights out there and said, look, civil rights is good for you. Civil rights is going to help your people. Civil rights going to do all this, but it's all technology. Like I said, now we go up to 2025. Not even 2025. Let's start when Facebook came first and everything. That's another technology that they did to us. Okay, look, we're going to put Facebook, everybody's going to put their business, whatever on there. We also is going to throw out myth like they did in 1954. We're going to show black and brown people that y'all still is not worth shit.
That you're inferior.
Yeah. So now now they got, see, I ain't even gonna say their names, but you got 24-hour news that people watch even on social media. They sit there and watch, and then they build Trump is doing this, Biden is doing this. You know what I'm saying? They know how to control people. Yeah.
It's all a mental distraction, because if people were to shut the TVs off, stay off of social media and phones, and just learn how to sit with yourself and work on your demons, so to say, and if people were to tune in with themselves, and I mean, like, go in with it, learn what monks are doing. They're doing something right, because these people wind up doing some amazing things that
that's true.
Explain scientifically, and people don't understand how powerful we are. Like, we are extremely powerful, and the people that are doing all these things that you're saying, they know how powerful we are. And that's why they put all these things in place to keep our power under their control and take it out of your own control. So as long as they got your attention, as long as you following, whatever, lane that they want you in, you're never gonna get off the highway and see how much you are nature and how connected we are and need to be. I feel like even part of the reason why the Native American community is in such disarray in terms of, like alcoholism and a lot of, I mean, this is really what any I'm trying not to say the G word, any culture that has been, practically eradicated with who's left, people have all
they got
issues
decimated.
and stuff because their initial and original culture was being connected to nature. Was being so connected and in tune with nature. We knew who we were. Like, that's why when I was in Egypt and I'm looking up at these pyramids and I'm looking at these temples, and I'm like, yo, we knew who we were when we built these things. You know what I mean? Like, some of this stuff is like, they can't explain how this was done. And I'm not just talking about moving the blocks. I'm talking about the architecture, the preciseness of the cuts. You know what I mean? Like, just how all this stuff was carved in the stone. Like, they've even found stone that it looks like something was scooped out of it. Like, how do you do that to granite? Granite is one of the most hardest stones on the planet. You know what I mean? So to be able to carve it to a point where it looks like it was cut out, from what I've learned, is that they've actually understood vibration, they understood frequency, and they softened the rocks. And that's how they were able to do things and move them and levitate them. But that's old knowledge, again, that we knew who we were to be able to tune into nature and everything around us to be able to do stuff like that, and understand it on a whole nother level. Like, people want to be in denial about it, but if you really look into it enough, astrology is something that they practice a lot of. Why? Because it was part of nature. They practice a lot of things that had to do with psychedelics, using different modalities to tap into beyond the veil, the spiritual world. And that's how they got a lot of the knowledge that they got. Like, all the knowledge is still around us, but as long as they keep us hypnotized in movies, bullshit music, the news, the politics.
Yeah,
You're
the
not paying
news.
attention to who and what you really are.
Yeah,
But
the news is 100% distraction from black people. Like we sit there and watch the news, and then we like a lot of people don't understand when we go on social media and we talk about it, we talking it to our kids and other people and everything. So it's still, why can't we go on social media and talk about how can we come as a group, or how,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, how can we, you know what I'm saying, because basically the news want you to talk about this. They want you to be distracted, just like you said earlier,
Yeah.
distracted and everything, instead of us talking about how can we teach our kids and everything. Because now, instead of like in this book, it says that the teachers that teaches in school is only 3 things they teach with black people. And that started in 1954, and it's still 2025, and they still teaching the same 3 things
Yep.
to these kids. So why you think these kids is not interested in learning?
Well, they're not interested in learning because the education system is not designed to nurture their passions. Like everybody has a different passion to do different things. You know what I mean? So it's not like if everybody focused on their passions, everybody gonna want to do the same thing. Like, no, you have people that have a thing for botany. Like they want to
Yeah,
get into plants. You know what I
yeah,
mean? You got kids that
yeah,
want to do
exactly.
things with physics and things that we could all work together. It's like a
Yeah,
puzzle piece. Everybody is their own individual puzzle piece. And if each child is nurtured to be exactly the piece they are, we'll all fit together.
yeah,
it only works when you have a village. See,
Absolutely.
one thing back in the days when you had the black community and you had segregation, the reason why a lot of people became scientists, doctors, and lawyers is because no matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are, y'all all were stuck in the same neighborhood. So it
yeah,
gave the kids something to look at. Now it's not like now when people get money, the first thing they do is they move out their neighborhood.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
there's no examples in the neighborhood. So the poor neighborhoods stay poor, and you can only do so much of giving back to the community. It doesn't really change much unless we actually change the legislation into that particular city. You know, when you look at places like Camden, New Jersey, it got all the factory. It got giant buildings that could be occupied, and you could put employees in there and you can make money. But because it was decimated by deindustrializing a lot of the building trade jobs back in the 70s, is the reason why those factories just sitting there and there's a high rate of crime and everybody look like they're on some type of drugs. Or they either a
Hmm.
drug dealer or they look like they're on drugs. It ain't no
Yeah.
normal people. It ain't that much normal people in Camden.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I mean, with things as they are right now, with Trump talking about he wants to bring more industrialized things back to America. I agree with that to a degree. Number one, it takes years to build factories. That's number one. You know what I
mm-hmm,
mean? So a lot of the things that he's doing is kind of putting the cart before the horse. You know what I mean? I was like, I get that you want to do this and I don't disagree with it, but at least do it in a timeline that actually makes sense. You know what I mean? Don't start having problems with people and you don't even have your first stone laid. Better yet, stone laid. You don't even have the plans put together and the permits pulled to even start building these places. You know what I mean? And that's going to even take years. Like his presidency will be gone by the time a factory
oh
is
yeah, definitely,
is actually opening up. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, all the different things that's going on with how the world is responding to this. Like I heard, like was it 10 or 11 countries are no longer going to use the U.S. dollar to trade with? Yo, that's scary. You
mm.
know, and I'm not
But
going to say. Let me not use the word scary. That's concerning.
No, that
yeah,
is that.
That
No,
is
you said it.
definitely
You
going
said
to
it right.
plummet the
I mean,
value of the dollar.
you
yeah,
said it right. It is scary, but there's nothing you can do about it. So I guess the whole idea is just to stay calm, live your day
Just do what you
like you've been
can.
doing it.
yeah.
That's all
But
you can do.
also we need to group up and start our own shit now. Now this right here is telling you what they trying to do
But here's
Yeah,
the
group
tough
up
part.
and start buying industrial buildings. Group
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
I'm gonna throw some tips out here. So I was listening to something that these rich people were talking about where they were saying that if you want to invest into something other than residential real estate, invest into commercial buildings that will become data centers, because a lot of these AI, AI is definitely is
It's taking
growing.
over. Yeah,
It's
it's taking
growing,
over.
and people really need to take on these free. Right now, there's free certifications all over Google, Microsoft.
Skynet.
Like, there's so many different ways for people to start learning AI right now,
Yeah.
and all these things are going to need servers. They're going to need physical places to be stored. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, like the iCloud and all that. So, yeah, get you and your friends together and invest in these buildings. And,
Skynet.
and
We
yeah,
gotta help
China,
build
yeah.
Skynet.
Like, what do y'all think Elon Musk is doing? Like, what
Mhm.
moves you think he's making behind the scenes? He's getting these government contracts so that he can build facilities to do
So he can
exactly what I'm telling
rob
you.
the hell out of everybody. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. There's so many investigations right now that's not even public, and it irritates me why it should be. Because I was just googling one day, and then I was looking at going to different states. It's so many states suing him because Elon Musk allegedly is stealing the money out the system. It's one thing to freeze it; it's another thing when the money's gone, the fund is dried up, is zeroed.
They're
Like he's
trying to
zero funds.
privatize Social Security.
Well, they're gonna. Well, here's the thing.
Mhm.
They may not do it right away, but they're definitely gonna do something to Social Security where it's gonna have a reaction where a lot of people ain't gonna be able to get benefits because they gotta probably recertified and they probably don't have an ID. Think about all these old people that's on Social Security. They don't have all the proper identification, but they've been getting it for so long because they worked their whole life and now they're about to get screwed. Thanks to this administration. And then all he wants to do is take money from other federal agencies and put it towards ICE so he could continue trying to deport people. And it's not like he focused on white people, white immigrants, black and Spanish. Now you got to be, what's the other thing with the trucking? Now you got to be fluent in English? Really? What you going to do? Have a cop walk with a piece of paper and say, hey, read this real quick. If you can't
Yes,
read it, your ass
they're
is
pulling
grass.
over
What you
truckers
illiterate?
and giving them English literacy tests that they have to know how to read and read English and read street signs and stuff. I
That's the
mean,
dumb. No. Let me tell you something. That's the dumbest shit ever. You know why? Because people that don't speak English already know what street signs are. They know what's. If you're a commercial driver, you know what all the English street signs are. You're trained to know that because the test that you take for commercial is in Spanish. So when you see that sign, you might not know what it says, but you understand that sign. You seen that symbol. You know to make a left, make a right, make a this, make a that. So for him to do that, he's gonna fuck up our infrastructure when it comes to trucking because many truckers are foreign. So that doesn't cover Spanish. There's a lot of people that don't speak English, but they know how to drive that fucking truck. I could care less what language you speak. You know why? Because too many people is not trying to be truck drivers. So that's a field that's always been lacking, always been less, never having enough workers. And now you want to kill the workers that's doing it because they
oh,
don't
I
speak
want to
enough
see when
English.
Americans is making Nike sneakers.
Yeah, because that shit gonna be five
Yeah,
hundred
that's gonna
dollars,
be
five hundred
interesting.
dollars for a shoelace.
Yeah, it's gonna. It's well, I
That's what's gonna
mean,
cost.
on the brighter side of things, but it still kind of has a little dark undertone, like other things going on in the world, like in Africa right now. And which country is this?
Oh, until he get killed, you
Abraham
know how America do.
Traore. I'm definitely saying his name wrong, and I'm so sorry because I'm just like that. My bad. But what he's doing for his country in Africa is awesome. Like he's like he's basically kicking out all of the colonizers and reclaiming the resources and building the infrastructure and doing what's necessary to build Africa. Because a lot of us are like, oh, what are we gonna do, with all this stuff going on? Hey, you'd be surprised of how far along in certain countries Africa is than people think it is. Like,
But
it's
okay,
not what
so
you
how many people already been doing that, and then the Americans said that they was dictators,
Oh
they
yeah,
was killers.
like
Like,
Gaddafi. What they
yeah,
did
yeah, all of
Gaddafi
them.
dirty, man.
Yeah. Like everybody that did that, and that's why I keep saying we need to band together because he's doing what he's doing, and it's
But
great.
it's a good example. Is basically what I'm
Yeah.
getting to. You know what I mean?
But
Like, pay
but the
attention to what's going on in these other countries and what's happening, because we could do the same damn thing.
Yeah.
but here's the problem. This is the biggest issue. How can black people come together when we think we all different? We all
Exactly.
think we
Then you
different,
got the men
or we
against the
all.
women.
But if you do a DNA test, you're gonna see extreme similarities in our bloodstream. But yeah, we all have so many different identities. Either you from Africa, or from the Caribbean, or you're from here, you're from America. But at the end of the day, you're the same motherfucker, just in a different area.
True.
See, and that's the reason why I call it Pan African, which I follow Marcus Messiah Garvey. You could call it whatever you want, but for me, I look at it as you my people, no matter what continent you come from initially, you're still my people. We still share the same blood, because the difference between blacks and white people know they white. And they keep their identity, even though they fight each other and all that stuff, and they stick together sometimes. No matter where they go, they know they're white. They know they're a white man. You know, the gringo or whatever you want to call it. But when it comes to black people, oh, I'm Indian. Oh, I'm this. Shut the fuck up. You can put over your nigga. Because I see that. That's all I see. When you get put over police, they don't see, oh, I'm Dominican. No, they see a black man. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
that's the
But
You know,
problem.
black.
see,
We
You know,
have
black.
we have too many goddamn identities. This shit is irritating.
that's the whole problem, because they made us like that. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
like
the
we
social
was.
engineering.
Yeah, we was made like that. So now when you say like when you go at black people like that, that's what white people want you to do. They definitely want you to fight amongst each other and everything.
Well,
And that's
We have to
that's
have a
what,
civil war, though. We have
well,
to
the,
go
the
to war
the
with each
point
other.
is that we can't keep blaming each other. We have to look at the bigger picture. Like, take a
exactly.
step back and look at it objectively. Like what Kurt's saying. Like, if you look at if you were in if we were all placed in a room with white people, you could clearly see who's not white and who's black. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like you said, no matter what ethnicity you are, where you come from, if you from the islands, if you from Africa, if you from the States, you're gonna be seen as a black person.
You
You know,
Yeah. No. That is true. But we sit there and bicker amongst ourselves about black and you know what I'm saying, because we was
because
taught
black has been taught to be so negative.
exactly. So now we got to say this. Okay, I'm not going to sit there and disrespect this black man because I was taught that. You know what I'm saying? Try to educate him. Try to be like, yo, look, we all black people. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to a race riot, you're black, they're white. So you know what I'm saying? And another thing with that, it's like back when they back in the 50s. This is how it started. Black people was like this. I want to go to that white store because they was already programmed already. I
They
want
were
to go to that
fiending.
white store. Yeah, because it looked, because white people make it look good, but black people didn't know we had it better than white people.
Well, it's not even that they made it look good. They made us look so bad to ourselves that we thought that
Exactly.
anything outside of us is gonna be good.
Yeah. And they still doing it right now, just like Kurt.
Absolutely.
Kurt, he just said it. He was like, yo, I'm sick of black people. See, they love all that because white people will never go on TV or air and say that shit.
No, but here's the thing. Some of us, before we can even unite, we're gonna have to have a civil war with each other. So war is necessary between each other.
I don't
We have
think
to have
so.
war. You know why you have? Let me tell you something.
We already are a low percentage.
You know psychology. You cannot change people's mind. We have to have a war, or we'll never get nothing done. We gotta have a war with each other, not with no other race. If we're gonna unite,
we
have to have a war.
On a level having a civil war.
We're not having
black men against black women.
I'm talking about a conscious war. We have to have a conscious war.
No. But black women against black men, that's minor.
No, that's
not minor. That's actually the biggest part. Like, that's our foundation right there.
Well, it won't be that many relationships. People are together. You got marriages. You got people together.
Tell you this.
That's not everybody's situation. You got some fools on the internet making it seem like everybody's moving that way.
See, and that's what I'm trying to. I'm trying to say.
I know too many people that got somebody.
One person, because all my people, they they love their ladies. Like they don't even disrespect or none of that. You got
but you're referring to people your age. I'm talking about the younger generation.
No, I'm talking about young. No, I'm talking about young. Like my daughter's only 30, and they good.
Younger. I'm talking the ones that are coming out of high school, going into college right now.
Yeah.
These kids, the way that they are towards each other is crazy sometimes. Like, just look at their music that they listen to alone. Like,
but what I see in middle school and high school, they are rocking just like we used to rock back in the 80s.
They just got a different style. That's weird.
Yeah, just a different style.
Yeah.
But you got people put on social media, black people, black ladies is arguing against black men, and I'm sitting there looking at that. I'm like, come on, like
I hate the internet for that though, because you would think that everybody's beefing.
Yeah. You got that been around for a long time. Baby mothers and baby fathers of beef and whatever. But it's like we respect our black women and everything. I say 85% of the people respect their black women.
All right, so I'll even say this much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to partially agree with you. Except the problem is this. The problem is this. All these people that are that you're saying are loving their family, that's loving their wives, that's loving their black women, they're not loud enough. Because the opposition is louder, meaning that the programming of putting these negative type of things out that's making us look bad in ways is louder than the ones that's actually doing something.
Because think about it. If you're in a relationship, not my bad. If you're in a relationship and you living your life, you're not gonna be out there promoting. Hey, I'm living a relationship in my life. But Pookie and Ray Ray, that got all the free time, is gonna be running
about healthy relationships and how you make it work. You know, there's more people get microphones talking shit.
Think about it. I think when it comes to relationship, I think it's kind of hard because there's so many weird dynamics nowadays. Yeah. Crazy shit work for some crazy people. So it's like I can say, oh, this worked for me. And people are like, oh, that's weird. And then the next person say, oh, that's great. It's so many dynamics now. It's hard to keep up.
But see, my thing is this: a lot of people don't talk. If they got a great marriage or great relationship, they're not talking about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you. They don't want people in their business like that. But you got the negative people that are sit there, that's bitter, man or woman, sit out there and throw everybody underneath the bus. But everybody will go with that person. They'd be like, oh, such and such and such and such.
So I'll say this then. I challenge those that are in healthy relationships, right? That probably know single people that's on some bullshit. Push your friends to start going to therapy. Push your friends to start doing things that could actually help them get over their bitterness, to get over their heartaches and get over their, to work through that so that we have less of an audience that's going to entertain the BS. Like there's these guys that I see that, like I said, they get a microphone. And I know they're making thousands of dollars showing up at these events that they're getting paid for, and they're spewing stupidity, just misogynistic, retarded, but somebody is hiring them. Why? Because they're making the numbers. Why? And the numbers is making the money. So this is what I'm saying. Like, if we want to silence these type of things, we have to get to the root. And the root is people need to heal.
But it could be paid for anything. Remember, black people sensationalize negativity. It don't have to be relationship. It could be anything negative.
Listen,
I love negative shit. I hate to say it. I like watching it. As long as it's
I'm gonna tell you this. There was an experiment done a long time ago. They put a whole bunch of monkeys in a room, and I'm gonna compare humans to monkeys in terms of the way the brains work, right? They put these monkeys in the room. They put on a TV. He said clear people. No, I'm talking about primitive mind, right?
Clear people.
We are so they put these monkeys in the room, and they had a TV on. And on the TV was just peaceful pictures of the ocean and the forest, and the monkeys was chilling. They wasn't doing nothing. Then they switched on the channel. They put war and people fighting and all these negative things. And the monkeys started losing their mind. And I say that to say that people that are in a more primitive state of mind that are not self-aware. And that doesn't matter what color you are.
No,
right?
clear. No,
There's a
no.
lot of unself-aware people
I'm talk
that
on that
are
one.
He
easily
wholesaling. He
influenced
wholesaling.
by. Listen, if that was
I'm
the
gonna talk
case,
on
there
that
would
one.
not be no black people at Trump rallies, bro. For real.
No,
Like,
look,
come on.
look. I'm gonna
That's
tell you.
permanent mind. That's
For
definitely permanent mind.
the monkeys, we are not.
Yeah.
We don't come
Human
from
beings
monkeys.
are a type
No,
of
no,
primate.
no.
We're not monkeys. We're Homo
No.
sapiens. Homo sapiens,
No.
Homo erectus.
We homo.
We have 98 point. What is
He
it?
said we homo.
I think it's
Oh.
98.6 or 98.8% genetic material in common with primates. So we're pretty damn close.
Where did you get that
You
from?
have in your DNA the same shit that makes lightning bugs light up.
But I'm saying, where did you get that from?
Where did who get what from?
The monkeys and all that stuff.
What do you have against being nature?
No, I'm not DNA, but we are not monkeys. So
I didn't say we were monkeys. I said we are related to
we
them.
not from monkey. No, we're not related.
I didn't say we were from monkeys. I said we are a type of monkey.
If you look at a monkey, if you look at a gorilla, what do a gorilla looks like? The hair and everything, the lips and everything. What do they look like?
What's his name? Godfrey said it perfectly. He said, "How did black people come from monkeys? If you were to shave a monkey, their skin is white and they got no lips and no ass, and they always trying to take shit that ain't theirs." But humans, still all humans, Homo erectus, Homo sapiens, we are all related. Everything on this planet is related. Like, we hold the same genetic material in our DNA that reptiles have, that butterflies have, that dolphins, like we all carrying the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like this, even the illusion of separation where we say black, clear people, black people, like we're human. All of us are humans. We're still human. Like anytime if I'm filling out an application and it says race, I write human. I'm not picking the color because that's another social construct. I'm not agreeing with that completely.
I'm gonna be like clear person.
White people is from black people. They're part of us. So,
they're just people without melanin.
Well, they're part of
they're
us.
Melanin deficient.
They the evil side.
Yo, what's that topic you wanted to talk about? You wanted to talk about daughter and mother relationships, dynamics?
Oh yeah. So I mean, I'll even pull from my own experience with that one. Me and Kurt, we me and you was touching about this, how there's the relationships between mothers and daughters in a lot of cases are very toxic. And the reason for it is all part, I mean, it all derives from back what we were talking about with the social constructs, with us hating ourselves, us having all these different traumas and hurts and unresolved pain. Like we're not healing ourselves because we're so focused on putting expensive shit on that we're not trying to put expensive shit in, you know, and in, you know, in the mind. But it's developing women to, I mean, I would say, he said free Puffy. I can't with him. I would say in general, there's just parents, there's toxic parent, a lot of toxic parents out here, mothers and fathers, right? But the dynamic between fathers and mothers, I mean, fathers and daughters and mothers and sons and mothers and daughters, like because of just society alone, boys have been more favored, right? So boys get more leeway to do whatever they want. They get to just act a fool and don't have the same type of things impression upon them as girls.
Since I said I wasn't the favorite. My sister was the favorite.
Well, the girls are the ones that's like, oh, you can't date, you can't go nowhere, you have to learn how to cook, you got to learn how to do this, that, and the third. And the boys like, oh, boys will be boys. You know, boys get to, you know, just go out and just do what boys want to do. But for girls, it's different. You know, overall, what I'm saying in terms of the dynamic between mothers and daughters, if a woman is not healed, she's going to project her pain onto her daughter. So as her daughter is growing and developing, instead of her seeing that as a child that knows absolutely nothing and needs her assistance and guidance to know what to do with all these things that she's developing into, they'll actually feel like, oh, she thinks she's grown now. You know, I feel like a child's first bully is their parent, their unhealed parent. whether
Well,
it's a mother or a daughter. I mean, a mother or a father.
I think today parents they basically they want to be friends with their kids. That's why you see a lot of that going on, because when I was growing up, it was no like you knew who your mother and father was. It wasn't no friendship. You wasn't playing with them. You wasn't doing that. Nowadays, I see a lot of females and males. They try to make their kids equal, and that's wrong.
I don't agree with making them equal. Being a
No,
friend to your child, I think
nah,
I'd rather be a friend to my daughter than her look at me as an enemy.
but no, you got to look at her as a mother, not a friend. Like, we are not friends. We not
When
the
I say
same age.
friend, I mean someone that you can trust, someone that you can go and count on, that you can come
You
and talk
already
to about things
that should
that's
have been
important
there
to you,
already.
and not being afraid of that.
But that should be there already. Because
No,
like when I
but
was
this is
growing up,
this is the whole point of what I'm saying, is that even in my case, my mother, she's a baby boomer, right?
Mhm.
So especially children of baby boomers dealt with a lot of this, and even there's people my age that have kids and they're doing this to their daughters, where there's just this unhealed aspect of everyone, fathers
Yeah.
and mothers, and they're projecting that onto their kids. And by doing that, he said the woman is a helpmate. Man,
He started trouble.
I wanted to argue this with you too. There's no way that a black man could be God without coming from a God. So that's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. Because everybody say, "Oh, black man is God." Yeah, but where'd you come from? You can't be God without coming from a God. Okay. So anyway,
But black
Oh,
men
shit.
seed you. They seed you to make kids. So without us, you cannot make kids.
no,
Ooh.
that's not true either. That's not completely true. I'll say
No.
that. That's not 100% true, because there is something called parthenogenesis that
That's
before
what animals.
males were, because if you look at it this way, look at the population of the world alone. Women outnumber men
Mhm.
like 10 or 15 to 1. Why is that? Because
That's
men are a
Upper China.
mutated species. They're a mutated gender, right? So there's more women than there are men, because men are not the dominant. He said the woman is good for making biscuits from scratch, and you look like you ate a lot of them. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. I appreciate when he be commenting, because he's retarded. But no, back to what I was trying to say though about this unhealed thing. But it all circles back around to what we were saying earlier about these social constructs and all these different things that are imposed upon us, where we don't see and recognize our own value, and having so much hurt that we just project that on other people.
I'm
He said a
sorry.
present mother
I
is
almost
worse
agree
than an
with that.
absent father.
I almost agree with it.
I would say an unhealthy mother is just as bad as, like, I was watching something where they were saying, we need more fathers in the house. And I agree with that, but we need healthy fathers in the house. Because I've seen the result of what happens when an unhealthy father is in the family, and he can fracture it way worse than if he wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, the effects can be even worse, than him just not being there. Andre, we gonna hurt you. He said, "Let the black man see his kids." He's stupid.
No,
that's
but you do got a lot of young women today, that if you ain't paying their hair or nails, you can't see your kids. It's a lot of that going around, and that's crazy. It's like how you use your child as a weapon and everything.
Well, that's cause and effect. Like, we can't just blame that on the woman by herself. Like, she didn't.
yes, we could. No, just
One, she didn't get pregnant by herself. Two,
No.
addressing the
I
mental
understand that.
health aspect of it, like I'm trying to say, is like when women can go through postpartum depression for up to 3 to 5 years after they had their child. So if a woman is now going through all these different psychological and biological changes, and now she got to deal with a dude that she thought was going to be one thing, and now he turned out to be another, and now he's the total opposite of what she wanted him to be, that's going to cause an adverse effect. So we can't blame that on the woman. I was watching a video that these dudes really be lying to women to sleep with them. Just they're not interested in that all. They don't even, they do not see if they sleep with them, get them pregnant, and now whose fault is that? No.
But you got some women that would trap a man just to see if from a baby. He gonna stick around.
Yeah, listen, the BS goes on both sides, but there's more men tricking women to sleep with them than there are women trying to trap men.
I don't know that. You know why? Because it's shorter.
There's a lot more single mothers out there than there are men that are trapped.
Because they try to trap him and then work. The nigga said, "Fuck it, I ain't paying no child support. I'm running away."
Yeah, but listen, if he never had an intention of being responsible from the beginning, so I'm not surprised. Like, of course, you could easily skip out and be like, "Oh, I'm not doing this. I'm out," because you never had the intention of doing it anyway. A man is not going to do that. A man is not going to have children with somebody and leave their kids because they're in their emotions and they mad.
I tell you, I got 7 friends that their mothers left them and they raised their kids. 7. I got 7 friends.
7 out of how many? That's even a 1% against what's actually happening.
That's 7 friends that I know. I don't know who else is out there, but you do got a lot of males that the ladies. I'm talking about today.
Yeah,
now.
Of course there are. I'm not.
They will drop their
kids. It seems
off.
like whenever I bring up some type of point to show where men have to take responsibility, you're like, but women got to take responsibility too.
No,
we're not talking about them yet. Let's focus on men first, then we'll get to the women.
Nah, we can't do that.
Why not? I don't know. That'd be one-sided. You gotta have both.
It's not one-sided. It's about addressing one side before we get to the other side. We can't. You can't. Like try to complete one paragraph without finishing. Like y'all not even finishing the discussion about one particular topic, then you jumping on the other. So finish what we were saying, that there's these men out here lying their asses off to women to get them in the bed, and then when a child comes of that as a result, now all these different cascading events happen because of it. And at the same time, there are women out there that wind up getting obsessed with these dudes, but these dudes still did do something to trick them in the first place.
I think it's different now. See,
how often do women go after men like,
a lot? Trust me, a lot. As seen so much, a lot. It used to be. What you're saying is something that used to happen back in the days. Now, women on their nigga shit, big time. They homies, and they know they got Rolodexes.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
They know.
No, but
they know, and they got God, and they manipulate dudes all the time. They be like, you know what? I never fucked this man, but I want him to fix my kitchen sink. So he gonna come and fix my kitchen sink, and I give him a kiss on his cheek. And next time, maybe he'll get it. No, I'm not gonna get it next time. Now I got this other dude, cause my car messed up. Women do that shit too. Oh, I need to fix my car. So this nigga taking shit out the car, put it together. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you
this. That too.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you're saying if a guy is doing anything for a woman, that automatically equals she got to give him body?
Exactly. No, I'm joking.
No, I said no.
I'm just joking. Nah. That'd be wild.
Because this is you're bringing it right home to my point that men will try to manipulate women any way that they possibly can to get body.
Okay, so tell me this: why do girls say, "Oh, he got nice hair," or "he light skin, I'm gonna have a kid from him"? Same thing. It goes both ways.
Okay, you say that versus what are they actually doing to make that happen? Are they seducing him? Yeah, some cases they're seducing him. They're going after. They're chasing. I'm not gonna say that they're not women out there that go after guys. I'm not saying that, but the percentage is so much lower than the other
it's
side.
I
think it's 50-50.
No. I would say men do go after women more, but I would say women is not that far behind. The tables has changed. Women are like guys. They holler at them. You got women. First of all, so many successful women like, you know what? I don't even want a relationship. I just want to fuck this nigga right here. He look like a Pookie. I just want to fuck him. That's it. It's the game changed, yo.
I mean, listen, a lot of women get like that.
Changed.
Listen, real talk. A lot of women get to that point because they're tired. They're tired of trying to get somebody to act right. So they're like, you know what? Y'all niggas ain't gonna act right.
Nah,
So fuck it. I'm gonna just
that's
do
right,
this
bro.
one, that one, this one, get what I'm gonna get out of this one, that one, because I'm tired of getting my heart broke by investing into
Nah.
somebody that doesn't really want to
Okay,
be
look.
with me.
My thing is this: ladies that talk like that, they got their heart broken. So they, you know what I'm saying? They on the edge of the women's side. I get that, and I respect that too, and everything. But you
Men,
gotta
same thing for men.
Yeah,
Men
yeah,
dog out
exactly.
women because they got their heart broken in junior high school. So now all women gotta pay.
Exactly.
Damn, junior high school, damn. But yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But that's why I said it goes both ways. Like you got the men and the ladies that does it. Like if a lady can get another yard out of this dude, she gonna do whatever to get that. Same thing as a man. If I can get a meal and get a night's sleep I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do. So it goes both ways.
I'm sorry, comparing somebody's body to materialistic things.
Same shit.
So what about the ladies in the script joint? Same thing.
Right? They choose to use what they got to get what they want. I'm talking
about the ladies that go to script joints with men and be like, oh, that man is I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna suck it. It's the same thing. Just like as men go to script joints, we gonna get our thing sucked or we gonna hit it. Girls do the same shit.
I'm not saying that men and women don't be on their bullshit. I'm 100% agreeing with that. we all on our bullshit. And
what about this? This is a good point. What do you think about this?
He said, explain 4 kids, 4 baby daddies. She's been tricked that many times, or she just stupid? Both. Yes. And the dudes that's tricking her is just as dumb. So yeah. So no, we ain't gonna sit here and point fingers. Both. She's dumb and she keeps getting freaking manipulated. Yes.
but I, like I said, I understand. It's just like people get their heart broke. It is what it is.
It kind of changes.
I'll even go this far as saying this is that because people are in so much emotional pain from getting their heart broken, from being disappointed by their parents, they're so much easily put in a space where they can be manipulated by all these social constructs and all these social programs and put into this space where now you have to have, a pocketbook that costs $30,000 for you to feel like you mean something. You know what I mean? Like all of this circle, everything we're talking about all circles back around to how much we need to heal.
Yeah. And we need to do it as a village, not as I'm a heal over here and you're a heal over there. No, that's not.
I think the part of it coming as a village would be people like us speaking on it and giving out the information, but each individual person needs to go home and do the work because you have to do it yourself. You can't. I can't heal anybody. I can teach you how to heal yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I can't, do the work for you, but I can guide you through the process. You know what I mean? But people have to, number one, recognize that there's a problem in order to even know that we need a solution. Or more importantly, I'll say stop focusing so much on the problem that all you see is the problem. You know what I mean? Like people are not seeing none of these solutions, but that's what Awareness Academy is here for. By the way, people like, share, subscribe, go to YouTube
and comment,
and comment. Besides Andre, we need so many more people to put some good stuff. He said, Wendy, let me come trick you. He said, you got an 800.
He said, let's get a Beamer.
He is so stupid. But let me trick you, bro. But yeah, people, please, support. This is what we here for, is to give y'all knowledge and a good time.
Also, a lot of people need to open up their third eye. They looking with 2 eyes and they getting tricked. So you need to open up your third eye and look in between the lines sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It will help you out.
You got to teach people how to think first. So critical thinking. Let's do a quick rundown of what critical thinking is. When you look at something, you want to question it. What is that with the 5 basic ones? Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Start there. If anything that you're looking at, you got to ask these questions, and then when you get the answers for that, then you question even those answers, and keep digging, right? That's one level of critical thinking. Another is also look at the sources of where the information is coming from. Where did they get it from? And then keep following it down the line, and eventually you'll find the origin of things. Like, even our English language is derived from something, and there's so many, like, the English language is the most twisted, well, not twisted, but messed up language in the world. Like,
yes, it is.
we park in
Yes, it
driveways
is.
and drive on parkways,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. The school systems is not for us at
well,
all.
it's I mean, like we said before, it's designed to be that way. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. But
It's designed to be a corporation for us.
it's the system is working exactly the way it was
Yeah,
designed to work. All
That's
of it.
true.
Another
That-
quick thing I wanted to touch on too is loyalty. Since we're talking about all the negatives in relationships, let's talk about loyalty in relationships. Now, this don't have to just be romantic. This could also be between friends, and more importantly, with yourself. Being loyal to yourself. What do y'all think about loyalty in relationships?
I
And
think loyalty is long as you got my back, that's all I want. That's the loyalty that I can, you know what I'm saying, I want. Long as you got my back when it comes to anything.
I think loyal, yeah, which is trust. And this is where, for me, I mean, I can't speak for anyone else, but I'm sure many will agree. Your word is your bond. If you cannot keep your word, even to the smallest thing, then it's going to be very hard to believe anything else that comes out your mouth.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean? Like, your word is the one thing that nobody could take from you. You know what I mean? And if your word is shit, you say one thing and you do another. You make promises, you break them. You say you're gonna do something, you don't do it. Like, that's not cool. That's now you not even being loyal to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, how are you
That,
gonna be loyal to anyone else if you can't keep your word?
that's why we say word is bond.
Word is
That's
bond
our
all
bond.
day.
Yeah.
But I feel like loyalty is it goes hand in hand with honesty. Transparency. Loyalty is allowing me to cheat and you don't cheat back.
Oh shit!
I can't say. I can't.
That's real.
Listen,
That's
there's
some real
really
shit.
arrangements
That's
like
funny.
that. If you want a woman for you to cheat and you can't cheat back, you better be a well taken care of woman. And she don't gotta do nothing.
That's funny. He said,
Or she
"What?"
too old to care. Get you a sugar mama. She
Oh
ain't gonna
shit!
care if you go see a little young sweet thing, as long as you come back home and knock the dust off them boots.
He said, "Little sweet thing." That's funny though. Yeah, but loyalty is important. That's what you expect. But to me, I think the number one thing in a relationship more than love is partnership. Because everybody know when in a marriage you're gonna have some ups and downs, and sometimes you're gonna probably hate your spouse for a momentarily at a time.
Would you say
But your
friendship in marriage rather than partnership?
partnership is number
Don't you
one.
gotta be friends in order to be
Nope,
partners?
nope. I got partners I'm not friends with right now. Seriously, we're not friends, but we have a common goal. The common goal is to make sure we good. So that's where the partnership come along. So if I'm in a marriage with somebody, we have a partnership. So even though the love is probably gone for the moment, because love goes up and down. Sometimes it doesn't go completely away, but sometimes you know, you still going to make sure they're good because that's just been your routine for so long. She got this, you got this, and you have a partnership. So you're always going to make it work somehow. So I think partnership is number one because that's the
Partnership.
think
Yeah.
about it. Think about our parents' era. Or our grandparents era. My grandparents, I'm not putting it business, but I'm just
We
saying
can't
grandparents
use
in
those
general.
errors because the conditions was different. Women
No,
had
no,
to
no.
rely on
I'm talking
men.
about later on when it changed. I'm talking about they lived in the same household, grandma and grandpa, but they wasn't really mingling with each other. But they still live in the same household because they had a
Mhm.
partnership. Regardless that they probably fell out of love with each other, but they already know that they're at a certain age, and they got to make sure that they both each other's okay to the end of their life,
Yeah,
because and that's why I
that's
said
what,
partnership is important.
that's what a marriage is. It's a partnership, 50
Yeah,
50.
yeah.
Basically, that's what I believe. I don't know what other people believe, but 50 50 and
I
everything.
would say
Like,
100, because you should be putting 100% of you in, and I put 100% of me in, and we make it work.
Ain't
but,
nothing wrong with that.
but once you put 100% in, like this is my point, is you put 100%, you get bored at the time. Like I said, 50 50.
You get bored.
You will get bored at the time. I've been with my wife for 30 years. So everything is not peachy all the time. And you know what I'm saying? And like I said, if we don't share something together, if she try to put 100 and I put 100, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I've been married for a long time. It's not
I
gonna
think it
work.
fluctuates though. Sometimes you putting in
50
100,
50.
she's putting in 60 or 70. Maybe sometimes she's putting 100, you putting in 50.
I think it
Or
should be
80,
50
80, 80,
Nah.
30. Somebody agrees. She says 100, 100.
100.
I still think it's
Peace,
100%
peace and love.
yourself, because I think if you're so focused on pouring into your partner, and both partners are in that mindset that you're both focused on pouring into each other, you'll have less problems than you will, when you're thinking about yourself and just doing what you want to do, and what'll make you happy. Yeah, Shannon Sharp tried that, and look what happened to him.
Yeah.
Yo, not for nothing. The brothers out there, bros, y'all should be scared of white women right now, because they're coming
Pat
for you.
Williams
They're
already said
coming
it.
for you.
He said they will ruin your life in 2 weekends.
He said nothing was wrong with them. He just said he's scared. He said nothing was wrong with them when he was on the show. He's like, oh, I like white women, but no,
No.
because they play that rape game a little too much, you know. And and that Shannon Sharp, you already know that was role play. He shouldn't be dealing with that young girl, but that's his business.
Listen,
He's
Shannon
like a lot
Sharp
of
is getting
dudes.
exactly what he wanted, because he would not deal with a woman his age that would make him accountable and have to do what he's supposed to be doing. He'd rather deal with these children. I don't care if they're legal, because they're 18. They're children. You messing with these children, and this is what you get.
Well,
and Shannon Sharp is old money. He's been in the spotlight and been around women, white women, black women, all different types of women for the last 30-something years. Like, this ain't his first rodeo. Man was in the NFL. Ain't he in the Hall of Fame? You know what I mean? Like, this ain't his first rodeo. He know better. He know exactly what he's doing.
See, you got a lot of celebrities now. They think they can get away just like clear people get away with stuff. They get that high, and they think they can get away with a lot of stuff and everything.
Because we ain't free.
But yeah, that too. But I blame that on social media. You sit there, you up here now. You think, oh, I can do this and I can do that with different nationalities. No, you can't. Just like Kirk said, you're black. Remember that and everything. So we got to change that as a village. We got to change that. We got to say, you know what?
Keep whatever you want to call yourself. Just know that you're black. You want to be Indian and all this other stuff, fine, but you're still black. All right. So let's come together under the umbrella that you're black. Then you could keep your identity the way you want to keep it, but come together, because at the end of the day, if we cut you open and they cut me open and we do a DNA check, you're gonna see that we have a lot of similarities for a reason.
I'll say this real quick because we got to jump off of here, but the one benefit that we had before everything was integrated and it was just black people is we had a drive and a passion to succeed and do things with ourselves, because we were held back for so long. That drive isn't there like it used to be, because we have so many options, and we're able to have access to so many other things. But this is again, it still boils down to healing. People focus on healing yourself. So with that, we gotta go, because we will stay on here. What'd you say, Ray?
I think we got to go back to segregation to get our shit right.
Well, it looked like it's gonna happen if Trump stay in office for another term. we're
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
we're
Something
gonna get what we
interesting
Hey,
gonna
asking
happen.
for.
Either the aliens gonna
they're not
land
gonna like that.
The aliens need to come right now, right while Trump is in office.
right now, right? We need the aliens to
Get
sort this
him!
out. So I
The
don't gotta
aliens
pay
like
rent
where
no
he's
more.
at.
But
Get him! Get
word. So
him!
listen, I
I'll
hope
be first
everybody
one.
out there enjoyed today's episode. Again, we are Awareness Academy 411. I'm your girl Wendy Zizzo here with Nappy Red and Kirk the Jerk, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace and blessings.
Knicks, baby.
Chee